time and price. It sounds simple, but a lot of people are overcomplicating this system online. ICT's talked about this before, so in this video I'm going to simplify time and price theory and how these two theories are the only concepts that you need to understand. Once you merge these together, you will increase your risk to reward, you'll increase your strike rate, and you'll see your trading improve drastically. Let's get straight into it. Now, first of all, time theory. Remember, we only want to be trading in our major kill zones. Now, when it comes to my signals, my trade ideas that I send out to my team, I like to only trade in certain kill zones, specifically the London session kill zone and the New York session kill zone. Now, let me run you through the times. So everything is set to EST, which is basically New York time. You can go ahead to your trading view and change it to the New York time zone right here. Asia kill zone is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. EST. This is a kill zone for it, the first 2 hours. Then in London session, our kill zone is going to be from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. EST. Now, between these two times, you're going to be seeing price action picking up, and I'm going to talk you through what we look for in each session in a bit. In the New York session, we're going to be looking at 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. specifically EST. Now, one other thing that I want to point out to you is that news creates volatility. If you see main news events like CPI, NFP, FOMC, you want to ideally trade after those news events are released. Why? Because fundamentals, they drive technicals. Now, this moves me on to my next point, price. Now, when it comes to price, you're going to see price is moved by the power of 3, which is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Before every major move, liquidity is grabbed. Now, what do I mean by fundamentals drive technicals? Well, if you see price consolidating before, let's say, NFP, is it really a smart idea to enter during this consolidation just before NFP is released? Because as you know, NFP is very volatile. It may wick in one direction and completely reverse in the opposite. So you don't want to be getting caught up in this choppy price action before NFP. Now, this aligns with the power of 3. In the power of 3, we talk about accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Now, accumulation is just price picking up orders. Now, let's imagine that you take a short just before NFP is released, your target somewhere down here, and your stop loss is safely above this high. Now, if you take a trade before NFP and you've noticed that price is actually consolidating before you've entered your position, you'll actually find that you are the liquidity in this scenario. You have been caught out in this accumulation. Now, yes, there's a small chance NFP might gap down and continue pushing in your direction. However, there's a much higher probability that you will get stopped out before price moves in its original intended direction, which is, let's say, to the downside. So you don't want to be getting caught up in this chop right here. That's why I always say I want to be entering in either the manipulation phase or the distribution phase. Now, the same way ICT talks about this being a daily open and a daily close and the power of 3 happening on the daily time frame, I want you to try and find this on a sessions basis. So usually this is the most common example right here, is when accumulation usually occurs in Asia session. Now, you'll find this more commonly on pairs like Euro USD, GBP USD. Then you'll see the manipulation happen in the London session. And then finally in the New York session, you will see the distribution where you can enter, in the original direction, in the intended direction, which is to the upside, however, after the manipulation occurs. Now, there's a few different variations to this. I'm going to show you some examples where Asia is not doing the accumulation. Instead, London is doing the accumulation. And then in New York, we want to look for that distribution and we want to catch our entries ideally on the distribution phase after the manipulation has occurred. I'm going to run you through some chart examples right now. But just keep these main points in mind. Screenshot this if you need to. And remember, you don't want to be getting caught up in the middle of chop. You want to be waiting for either the news release to happen, take the liquidity, show you that manipulation, and then continue in the distribution direction. Or if price is chopping around in this accumulation, be very careful trading anywhere in this range right here. Because remember, sell stops resting below the lows, buy stops resting above the highs. So, okay, you can see this is the previous New York session, and this pink box here represents the Asia session. So, New York time, set it from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. is around here. As you can see, it makes the high around 10 p.m. However, it just carried on into, the New York midnight price, which is fine. So in this area right here on the 15-minute time frame, you can see that price has pushed to the upside, and since then we have had a bit of consolidation right here. Okay, so obviously you're going to wait for some sort of confirmation over here. You're not just going to randomly sell when the market's pushing up. No, you want to wait for that manipulation to happen and then the distribution to occur. So basically, At this point right here, we ideally want to wait for our London session. Now, look at the checklist. Our London session is at 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So you can mark it out with this vertical line right here. So 2 a.m. is right here. You can wait on the 15, the 5, or the 1. I've made multiple videos on the specific strategies and the specific confirmations that I want to look for right here, but I'm just going to show you the main basis of what I'm talking about to get your direction on point. It's up to you where you want to enter. Every trade is slightly different. However, I want to show you the main framework for the trades that I am specifically taking. So over here you can see that, okay, 2 a.m. happens right here, 2 a.m. opens right there. We've got our time window, and as you can see, London's pushed right above this Asia session high right here. So you can see this high right here is being taken out right now. Now let's see when we get a reversal in the opposite direction. And as you can see, this is all during the London session. Now what you see has just happened. So on the 5-minute time frame, you can see price had a nice push to the downside. If you go to the 1 minute, you can see this in more detail. As you can see, very simple, clean price action. We had a shift below this low right here. So you can see that change of character, that market structure shift. So as you can see, after this change of character right here, you can see we have our fair value gap right here, which price has retraced perfectly into right after sweeping out this short-term high right here. Also, it's in line with this Asia session high. Now this is an important level that you want to keep an eye on. And as you can see from there, we had a nice push to the downside. Let me just rewind to the 5-minute time frame just to show you the opposing liquidity targets. So the first target would obviously be this low, close below this low. The second target would be this low right here. So you want to keep targeting the opposing liquidity points. Remember, price does two things. It seeks fair value and it seeks liquidity levels. So therefore, after taking out this liquidity level right here, we can fill in these levels of imbalances. And since price has done a potential reversal at the top, we can target the opposing liquidity, which is the Asia session. Now, we ideally want to see a continuation past 7 a.m. Why 7 a.m? Because this is the New York session. So again, it can do a full drop right now, but again, if it just consolidates and just hovers around this area right here, we can expect some sort of volatility around the New York session. And again, you can see in this London session right here, price has pretty much tanked straight away. 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. was our session window. As you can see, 5 a.m. ends right here. So just before our London kill zone, our London session closes, so just before our London kill zone closes, you can see price has made its move, it's met its bias. So in New York, you don't need to trade. Now this is one thing that traders don't do, right? They'll take a trade in London session, or they may miss the move for London session and they'll force something else in the New York session. If your bias isn't clear, just double check. Has your target already been hit? Has your ideal trade already been executed for this pair, for this day? Because ideally, you don't want to be trading more than once or twice a day. Now, yeah, you can trade in New York session later on. You want to stick to one trade a day, one session a day on one pair. Now, you can see that clean entry from the top right there, the changing character, the market structure shift that we got, whatever you want to call it. We saw a retrace and we saw the reversal into the downside. Now, this is pretty textbook overall because Asia consolidated in this area right here, London manipulated, and then we saw London also do the distribution and New York carries it on. As you can see, we see more of a retrace right here and more of a continuation in New York session. This is our overall power of 3 for this day right here. Let me just rewind to this previous day right here and just show you the difference in sessions for this example. Okay, so as you can see, in Asia session, price made a nice push to the downside, and then overall we saw a lot of consolidation towards the end of it. Then in London session, it opened at 2 a.m. to around 5 a.m. right here. You can see we didn't do much. We were just meandering in this area right here, hovering around this area. Another big factor as to why this is accumulation is because you can see this London session did not take out the previous session's low. It did not take out the previous session's high. So therefore, this for me is an inside session. I'm looking for a sweep of either external point of liquidity. So at this point right here, I'd mark out my Asia low, and I would also mark out my Asia session high. Now, you can see in this area right here, price is still consolidating until now. We see a push to the downside, and then New York volume kicks in. So 7 a.m. to around 9 a.m. right here, you can expect some more volume. You can see price dips below, pushes back above. You can expect a retrace into a fair value gap of some sort, a rebalance, and as you can see, price pushes very nicely to the upside. You can see price actually rebalance into this fair value gap right here, and then from this area you could have caught confirmation and then taken the trade higher, and from this area right here you could have caught some sort of confirmation, had your stop loss below this area right here and targeted either the London session high or the opposing session liquidity, which is the Asia session high. But the main point is you don't want to be entering within this area right here. It's not always about knowing when to enter the trade, it's about knowing when not to take a trade and when not to rush a trade. So just so you know, when price is just hovering and accumulating and not showing you any clear direction, any clean bias, stay out of the markets. Zoom out, reanalyze, right? What is price doing in terms of the sessions? What session high or low has been taken out? You can see again over here, right? What does price do in this area right here? I'm showing the 5-minute time frame. So again, same concept, right? Asia happens right here, just pushes to the downside. What does London do? London manipulates to the downside. So London made this push to the downside. Then overall, we see this reversal to the upside. What does it do? It takes out the Asia session highs. So from here, since taking out the Asia session highs, we've rebalanced into this area right here. Now you can see we've got a big range going on right here. We've got relatively equal lows. These are more likely to get taken out. And again, this high could still be potentially taken out right here. But in this London session, we've not really done much. If you let this finish, okay, as you can see, just as it finished, it made triple lows, a triple bottom right here. And now price is taking out to the downside. So since this session was consolidating right here, since it's taken out 3 equal lows or 3 relatively equal lows, you can expect some form of a reversal. Let's see if price hits that high. As you can see, price takes out this high right here, and it also taps into this high here, I believe. Yep, as you can see, takes out this high, and then overall the opposing sessions liquidity, right? Again, from here now, if the overall bias is bearish, you can see that we have relatively equal highs or trendline liquidity built up over here. We're sweeping a previous session high from the London session. We've already hit the target if you were in potential buys. And then from here, what does price do? Again, at the end of this session right here, since it's done its move, it ends up reversing to the downside, right? And you see some sort of confirmation over there, a rebalance into a fair value gap to then target the opposing session's liquidity. So you can see that cycle, how price is either taking one session's liquidity, reversing, rebalancing, tapping into another session's high or low, and you got to find out which session was consolidating, what highs or lows have we not taken, what makes sense to be taken, and then lastly the price factor comes in, the confirmation of what to look for. If you want to look for a certain entry model to take, certain strategies to use once those highs and lows get taken, I've talked about that in multiple videos. I'll leave some links in the description below if you want to go ahead and check that out on my channel. I also run a Signals group where I share my trades on a daily basis, and I mainly trade gold on there in the London and New York sessions. If you are interested, go ahead and check that out in the description below. And remember, if you want to get your challenge pass for no upfront cost, it's completely free. You only pay us after you get a payout on that funded account. Once we pass it for you, we only take a certain percentage for that first payout. After that, you keep the rest of your payouts for yourself. We'll get you on the funded stage, 100% guaranteed. Get in contact with the team, and also if you want to learn the strategies that I'm teaching with my inner circle, go ahead, click the link in the description below. The WAP or the mentorship will be there. So I hope this video helped, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace.